Separating the truth from the lies. Coming at you from underneath the Newton, Georgia, heavily chemtrailed sky. You're about to receive a dose of the shock treatment. And this just in. I mean, I didn't have to really do a whole lot of legwork. I appreciate all, people looking out for Shock-A-Lock, giving me the information. And yeah, I'm going there. I know there are people out there in the truth community saying two sides of the same coin. Excuse me there. Got the Alexa Pure Water, 99.9% filtered crap to tap. Getting the crap to tap out. You know, there are people out there in the truth community that say, well, this is both sides of the same coin. It's just theater. It's just drama. Well, I'm going to pick the good side of the coin, all right? The better side, not the dark side. The one that wants the abortion. The one that has Black America on the plantation, or the minorities on the plantation. I'm going to choose the side that doesn't have that, okay? So if it's different shades of I'm going to address the better shade. Actually, we're addressing the worst shade of which is a party formerly known as Dems, now known as the Communist Party of America. Let's take a look at Senator Guillory's message. Guillory's message. To my sounds like Hillary, but it's Guillory. He's definitely known as Hillary. To his black brother sister in 2013, this is him saying it. I made national headlines when I abandoned the government plantation and party of disappointment, otherwise known as the Democratic Party. I'll insert this. Now the Communist Party of America. My reason: Democrats have hijacked and enslaved Black America for their own power while destroying the Black community. Now I'm fighting to break those chains once and for all. That's why I sent you this little book, I should say, of big liberal libtard lies. Not only does this booklet give leftists a well-deserved tongue lashing, it also exposes the top three lies they use to keep Black Americans like you in chains. Are you in chains? Are you still watching fake news? Do you still have a hankering to vote for commies? It's unbelievable. Break those chains now, party people and party sheeple. And always remember, AOC is a POS, if nothing else. This is what he writes. I hope your eyes open to the fact that Nancy Pelosi, Auntie Maxine, AOC was a POS, the left's newest loon, and all libtards don't care about me, he says, you, the Black community, or freedom. Of course they don't. They don't want freedom. They want to confiscate your guns, censor you, overrun us with illegals. They want an absolute chaos. The only thing they care about is control. That's it. And that's why they're pitching the fit, because Trump's in. I know people in the truth community have videos and all this evidence that it's all scripted. Okay, I'm going along with the script on this one, okay? We're good. I'll play the game. All right? After reading this, I pray you'll join me today by rejecting your modern-day slave masters and abandon the Democratic plantation and party of disappointment while turning to the true party of freedom. The party of Frederick Douglass, Abraham Lincoln, and Dr. Martin Luther King. The Republican Party. This is what he writes. God bless you, Senator Elbert Guillory. Let's take a look at the first libtarded lie. Party people and party sheeple. Number one. Drum roll, please. All Republicans are racist. Russia. Unbelievable fake news. Story time with Shock-A-Lock continues. Senator Elbert Guillory, Democrats' worst nightmare. I like this guy. When I abandoned the Democratic Party and joined the Republicans in 2013, I made national news and became public enemy number one for all libtard leftists. That's because they know I destroyed their first lie. The lie that all Republicans are racist. Yeah, but they'll call you names. They'll call you Uncle Tom, right? We'll see. That's what they do. They resort to name calling. Who's the abusive people party? Who's the ones? If you're on that side of the fence, you're the one who's a communist. That's because he destroyed the first lie that all Republicans are racist. If I expose this lie to other Black Americans, the Democrats would lose their stranglehold on the Black community. Next. Story time with Shock-A-Lock continues. Name time. That's all they do. Call my name. And if they lost that, they lose what they want most. Control. Who's the fascist? So these racist demons, this is Democrats, these commies, tried to silence him, it says, by blasting him as an Oreo, Uncle Tom and race traitor. They're always with the race, huh? Who's the racist, man? Ironic, right? Isn't it ironic, don't you think? Democrats celebrate themselves as the commies celebrate themselves as the party of diversity and acceptance. But as soon as he left their plantation, they started lashing him with their verbal whips. That's what they do. That's what they do. These communists, these Luciferians. The real race, that's not surprising. No, the real racism and the real home of it is the Communist Party of America. You see what you see what it was once. It's no longer, folks. It's no longer. They're communist, they're fascist. You don't think so? Hard to believe? Believe it. Here are a few examples straight from their racist horse's mouth. You ready? Drum roll, please. Let's roll that beautiful bean footage. A little bit blurry, but I'll help you out. I'll be narrating. This is Woodrow Wilson. What do you have to say, Woodrow? What do you have to say, Woody? What do you have to say? Is that blurry? I'm trying to get it's as good as it gets right now, okay? Racist father of modern day progressivism, Woodrow Wilson. D. For dummy. You big dummy. The white man were roused by a mere instinct of self-preservation, until at last there had sprung into existence a great KKK, a veritable empire of the South to protect the Southern country. Are you JKing? Unbelievable. What did Harry Truman have to say? Are we in the Truman Show? What do you have to say? Hold on a second. Let me, Alright. This is story time with Chakalaka. Unabashed racist. I think one man is just as good as another so long as he's not a N-word or a C-word. Chinaman. Uncle Will says that the Lord made a white man from dust, N-word from mud. Then he threw up what was left, and it came. You see right there. You see right there. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. So who's a racist? He also said, Truman, he does not hate Chinese and Japs. So do I. Oh, he does hate. What is he talking about, God? No, he doesn't. Where does he get this stuff from? Did you read the Bible, Truman? It is race prejudice, I guess, but I am strongly of the opinion, and you see right there, ought to be in Africa, and the old man in Asia, a white man in Europe, and America. So you see right there, you see what he said, right? I don't have to repeat it, because you know how fascist book is going to be in the censor tube. All right, Lyndon B. Johnson, unabashed racist. I'll have those ends voting Democrat for the next 200 years. Lyndon Johnson, there you go. He also says he who controls the weather will control the world. So a whack job all the way around, huh? By the way, they are chemtrail. Continuing the chemtrail. Modern day racist slave masters. Take a look at Slick Willie. What's Slick Willie got to say? What you got to say, Slick Willie? A few years ago, Obama would have been getting us coffee. He says, that's Slick Willie right there. Unfreaking believable. You still voting for these commies? Unbelievable. And Senator Harry Reid, a light-skinned African-American Obama with no N dialect, unless he wanted to have one. Unbelievable. Joe Biden, another commie. You got the first mainstream African-American who's articulate and bright and clean, and a nice-looking guy. I mean, that's a storybook, man, and that's also racist. Creepy Joe. And ladies and gentlemen, maybe I can make this like a tour museum, like a wax museum. And ladies and gentlemen, moving on over here, Al Not So Sharpton, Reverend from Hell. White folks was in caves while we was building empires. We taught philosophy and astrology and mathematics before Socrates, and them Greek you see what he wrote, ever got around to it. What did this other fake reverend, Jesse Jackson? There's nothing more, I can't imitate him. There's nothing more painful to me, I can't do it, than to walk down the street and hear footsteps. No, I can't do it. Start thinking about robbery, then look around and see somebody white and feel relieved. Jesse Jackson, 1996. Oh boy. What else we got? Oh, Hillary, you effing Jew. You see what she said? That's to political operative Paul Frey. Then she also said in 96, they, meaning black youths, are often the kinds of kids that are called super predators. No conscience, no empathy. We can talk about why they ended up that way, but first, we have to bring them to heal. And you voted? Who voted for her? Who voted for this commie Luciferian? What is wrong with you sheeple? The heck is wrong with you? Worst of all, Hillary admires a woman named Margaret Sanger. Margaret Sanger, birth control activist and racist. It's not Planned Parenthood. It's planned killing in the womb. Sanger created what eventually became the Planned Parenthood Federation of America, the same group that has aborted millions of black babies. Whites too, and other minorities in general, but centered around blacks. Where are these? I hear they're located mostly in the inner cities. Gee, I wonder what's up with that. Coincidental? Take a look at what Margaret Sanger thinks about black Americans, what Hillary thinks of her. Margaret Sanger, colored people are like human weeds and need to be exterminated. Hillary Clinton, I admire Margaret Sanger enormously, her courage, her tenacity, her vision. You voted for that, huh? Huh? You voted for that, it means you vote for this one. That's a vote for death. Unbelievable. Now that we've slapped down the first little lie with their own racist words, let's move on to the second one. Story time with Shakalaka continues. You like my NPR voice? Democrats are champions of civil liberties. That's why they love abortion. What about the babies' rights? Democratic Party, the real home of racists. The two platforms, the Democratic platform, the Republican. Huh. Let's see here what that's about. This actual Democrat campaign poster, 1869. So they're trying to make the Republicans look like the bad guys. Democrats have done a great job lying and convincing Americans like you that they are the party of civil rights. Nothing could be further from the truth. Let's delve into the history. The real history of Democrats don't want you to know, or these commies. The Communist Party of America, formerly known as Dems, created the Ku Klux Klan after the Confederacy's defeat in the Civil War. An estimated 3,446 black Republicans and 1,297 white Republicans were lynched by the KKK between 1882 and 1968. The KKK, Democrats, Communist Party of America. And they want to say, we're the KKK, we're racist. Is that what fake news keeps saying? We're watching fake news at Microsoft, fellas. You're pissing me off with that, the Communist Network. They all look alike in rows, but underneath they're Democrats, or communists now. Jim Crow segregation laws, number 2, in the South were created by Democrats, commies now, looking to overturn Republican civil rights. But yet they're all about civil rights. Restrooms, white, colored, segregation. Democrats supported the Dred Scott Supreme Court decision that said he was a Negro whose ancestors were imported into the U.S. and sold to slaves, whether enslaved or free, could not be an American citizen. The decision was 7-2 with all 7 Democratic judges, just like today, all being crooked, always voting, always judging, making the wrong decisions from the pits of hell, voting in favor, and the Republican and Whig dissenting. All right, next stop. Segregation is not humiliating, but a benefit, and distinctly to the advantage of the colored people themselves. Woodrow Wilson, Democrat, D for dark side. Immediately after, where's Ron Johnson? Immediately after taking office in 1913, President Woodrow Wilson fired most blacks who worked in the federal government and resegregated Treasury Department, Mail Service, and the Navy. In the Navy, you're gonna have segregation in the Navy. Back then, anyway. George Wallace, Governor, D for dark side. Stood in front of the Alabama schoolhouse in '63, fighting to keep segregation permanent. Okay. Next stop. Democrat Public Safety Commissioner Eugene Bull Connor in Birmingham, Alabama, unleashed attack dogs and turned fire hoses on civil rights demonstrators. This is just the tip of the iceberg of the Democrats' racist history. As much as Democrats don't want black Americans to know about this, they really don't want you to know that. Drum roll, please. The Republican Party is the real party of civil rights. These are the words coming out of this Senator Elbert Guillory, who is as luck would have it, black. Somehow, Democrats have whitewashed history to cover up the fact that, one, Republican Party was founded in 1854 as an abolitionist movement with one simple creed: slavery is a violation of the rights of man. All right. Next stop, famous African abolitionist Frederick Douglass called the Republicans the Party of Freedom and Progress. See right there. It says, I am a Republican, a black, dyed-in-the-wool Republican, and I never intend to belong to any other party than the Party of Freedom and Progress. He's talking about true progress, not progressing towards like the Communist Party of America, formerly known as Dems. Number 3, the first Republican president was Abraham Lincoln, the author of the Emancipation Proclamation, freeing the slaves, much to the Democrats' horror. Free the slaves. Free the slaves. Freedom, due process, and right to vote. Republicans in Congress authored the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendments to the U.S. Constitution. Congressional Republicans unanimously backed up the 13th Amendment banning slavery, while 63% of Dems, the communists, the Luciferians, the fascist senators, and 78% of Democrats, the commies, House members voted against it. No surprise there. Party people and party sheeple. 14th Amendment. 94% of the Republican senators and 96% of Republican House members voted in favor of the 14th Amendment, guaranteeing the process of law to blacks and all Americans. Republicans. All congressional Democrats voted against it. Are you surprised? Surprise, surprise, surprise. 15th Amendment, right to vote. Nearly all congressional Republicans voted in favor of passing the 15th Amendment, guaranteeing blacks the right to vote. Every single Democrat voted no. Last but not least, drum roll please. President Dwight D. Eisenhower, R., championed right side. Championed the Civil Rights Act of 1957, unanimously supported by Republicans. Can you guess who opposed it? Well, that's right. Dems, the commies, the Luciferians, the New World Orderists, the racists, the fake newsists, Democrats in the Senate who filibustered it. Race, Russia, fake news, racist. Now that you know that the true history of the Republican and Democratic parties and who the real racists are, former Klansman Senator Robert Byrd, who Hillary, some of you people, sheeple out there, voted for that crooked, spirit-cooking, break the cell phones with hammers, it's hammer time, bleach bid, and emails on his servers. Yeah, that one, that spirit cooker. Fake news, that's why fake news is crying, because they don't have the control. They didn't get the control with another 4 to 8 years of another freaking Luciferian commie there like we had Obama. They didn't get their way. Crybabies, you. Howling at the moon. Shoot out the light. Howl at the moon. That's what they were doing. Rather, I should die 1,000 times and see old glory trampled in the dirt, never to rise again, than to see this beloved land of ours become degraded by race mongrels, a throwback to the blacks specimens from the wilds. That's Senator Robert Byrd. Race mongrels. That's fake news. That's what all fake news does. That's all they talk about is race. This color of skin. Quit worshiping the color of your skin. Bring it up. Let me tell you something. I come across blacks every day, minorities. There's no racism. We all get along. Every single one of them. I had a good conversation with a black woman. Her name is Barbara Mason, as a matter of fact. And she had a shirt that said, Jesus is better. And this was in Kroger. Yeah, well, they don't know how to park, and you're John Cena, they can't see you. They're going to walk behind you. They're going to drive behind you, trying to back out. Yeah, there. Parking crooked like they got back from happy hour. She gave me a big hug once and shared my testimony. The vision that God gave her. My mother, Friday, about my oral biopsy appointment. Step by step, he walked me through and showed her what was going to happen, that I was going to be okay. And it actually happened exactly to the letter, the way God gave her in that dream. I shared that testimony with her. I didn't see any racism. It's fake news. Quit watching this freaking fake news, BS, always trying to say that we're at each other's throats. We're not. They want us to be. That's the thing, because the evil and wicked, these damn Dems, these commies, and the fake news, the old New World Order, all want to try to spark a race war, like that piece of crap George Soros. And I can't stand, who's that other one? Green? What's his name? The one that tried to bring charges against Trump. He's a racist too. So's AOC. They're all racist on that side. The Democrats' agenda is best for that side of the coin. If they're two sides of the same coin, that side's the redheaded stepchild side. The Democrats' agenda is best for black Americans. Libtard lie number 3. Live free or vote Democrat. The Democratic Party, commies, have created the illusion, Luciferians, that their agenda and policies are what's best for black people. In fact, the heart of liberalism is the belief that only a great, all-powerful central government can be the benefactor of social justice for all Americans. But remember what I told you, the Democrats, commies, are only interested in one thing. Come on, Janet Jackson, sing it. Control. They want control. Democrats commies love control. Luciferians, fascists love control. Just like this freaking piece of crap skinny jean wearing Antiqua. I don't know why they're not an enemy of the state and being all rounded up. These empty suits disguise control as charity, but they're only charitable with other people's money. And that's exactly how they control and enslave black Americans. Slavery still exists as what's his name? Dinesh D'Souza had Hillary's America. That's exactly what he said. And they want you enslaved. Slavery still exists. It's just now, they don't have to put you on a plantation. Well, yeah, in a way, they have control of your mind if you're voting for these jackasses always pander to race every 2 to 4 years. And they got them in the plantations in the hood, in what do you call it, public housing. When you take a look at that in the inner cities, what that looks like, slavery. It still exists through government-controlled programs like welfare, food stamps, etc. You know what I think about that? This is what he's saying. I think that the idea that blacks, or anyone else for that matter, need government to get ahead in life is despicable. Can I hear amen, my brothers and sisters? Even more important is how, let's see, where are we at? Liberal policies have failed the black community. Black Americans vote over 90% Democrat. I don't know why. How much better off are you not? Look at what about Chicago? What about Baltimore? What about San Francisco? All ran by these Luciferian commies. All right? They didn't just leave their heart in San Francisco. They left their feces and drug needles. You kidding me? And trash. Unbelievable. Ran by these damn libtards. Black Americans vote over 90% commie. I'm gonna say commie. But communities are just as poor as they've ever been. Or have they completely, or have been completely razed, meaning leveled to the ground. Just look at Detroit, a libtard-controlled hellhole. That it is. They need RoboCop. Who is he? What is he? Where does he come from? He's OCP's latest creation. His name? RoboCop. Stay out of trouble, Detroit. Detroit needs RoboCop. Our schools continue to fail children. Libtards refuse to allow school vouchers, while at the same time sending their kids to the best private schools. Yeah, they also have walls around their homes too. Pieces of crap. Our prisons are filled with too many young, but they don't want walls for our country. Our prisons are filled with too many young men who should be at home raising their children and caring for the family. Here's the bottom line: liberalism has destroyed Black America. I remember there used to be a rap song called "Black in America." Liberalism has destroyed Black America. Liberals don't care about liberty. They don't care about freedom. They don't care about you. They only care about is control. Libtards could care less about African Americans like me and you, he says. That's why I decided to leave the Democratic Party, now the Communist Party of America, in 2013. Most people said it was a bold decision. I don't think so. I think it was the right decision, not only for me, but for all my brothers and sisters in the Black community. After all, the Republican Party is the party of freedom. You just need to get rid of 5G and chemtrails and vaccines. That's a word tossed around so frequently today, it's become a cliche, kind of like love. Oh, I love this, I love ice cream, I love this, I love that. People don't know the meaning of love. They don't know the meaning of loyalty. Here's what freedom means to me and my Black brothers and sisters. Freedom is the idea that the economy must remain free of government persuasion, the idea that the press must operate without government intrusion and actually hold our leaders' feet to the fire. Freedom is the idea that parents must be the decision makers in regards to their children's education, not some government bureaucrat. Most importantly, freedom is the idea that the individual must be free to pursue his or her happiness free from government control. Because to be truly free is to be reliant on no one other than the author of our destiny, Almighty God. Amen to that. My brother from another mother. These are the ideas at the core of the Republican Party and conservatism. So my brothers and sisters, will you join me, meaning Elbert Guillory's America, Elbert Guillory, in abandoning the government plantation and party of disappointment, the communism, the Luciferians? Will you join him in casting off the chains of the Democratic Party, now known as the Communist Party of America, which has enslaved you with? Break those chains. Will you flee their plantation once and for all? Flee, flee, set yourself free, free. We may finally all echo the words of one Republican leader who famously said, free at last, thank God Almighty, free at last. The late, great Martin Luther King. A special project of Guillory's America. Liberalism has nearly destroyed Black America, and now it's time for Black America to return the favor. Return the favor, folks. Get off the plantation. Quit voting for these freaking commies. Get your freedom back. Until next time, you receive the shock treatment.